Ralston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Tuesday afternoon from Castleton. It's Region 1 baseball today featuring the Sargent County Bulldogs and alongside the Central Cass Squirrels. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show. The Bulldogs at 0-1 on this season. First year as a full-fledged varsity program here for the Sargent County Bulldogs as they won loss against the Oaks Tornadoes 6-5 back on March the 30th. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, they've been fortunate to get a couple of games in the last few days. On Friday, they defeated the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Rosso, Campbell, Tinta, and Lidgerwood 6-5. And then on Monday, they defeated Oak Grove last night here in Castleton 11-1. The Bulldogs head coach, again, is Randy Searston. For the Squirrels, their head coach is Dustin Maggio. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll let you know what's also going on across the way. Take a look at the latest different teams in the Region 1 here this year. That and more still to come a little bit later on today here from Castleton on your live event.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassiz Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgroPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
As we continue with more here today on the pregame show from Castleton, a reminder also tonight here on yourliveevent.com, it's Kindred and Lisbon. Brent Dick on the call down in Lisbon. A couple of games did get postponed that were scheduled, but check out our website, yourliveevent.com, or simply hit subscribe on our YouTube channel by searching for Your Live Event as well. Fingers crossed for Mother Nature will get some games, and on Thursday, weekend doesn't necessarily look promising, but still check it out on yourliveevent.com. We're less than a month away to the Region 1 baseball tournament. We'll have that for you down in Oaks, as that'll get underway the middle part of May, and also your home for the Region 2 baseball, Region 1 softball, and Region 2 softball tournaments as well, coming up a little bit later on here in the month of May. But this season, Region 1 has teams of Central Cass, Oaks, you have Oak Grove, Kindred, Lisbon, Northern Cass, Enderlin. We mentioned the Ball Stars as well with the Hankinson Co-op, and Sargent County as well. Sargent County being a brand new team here into Region 1 this season. So those will be the 9 teams. You'll have a 8-9 matchup to get to the 8 teams. And then you'll have an opening round game at the higher 4 seeds. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7. And then that'll be on May the 12th. And then from there later in the week, you'll head to Oaks for winner's bracket, loser bracket games. A championship series will be at the highest seed remaining a little bit later on in the month of May. So that's what's coming up here in terms of the schedule for both of these respective teams over the next month and change. For Central Cass, their next game is scheduled for Friday in Oaks. A week from today, they'll host Enderlin here in Castleton. On April the 23rd, host the Lisbon Broncos. While for Sargent County, the Bulldogs, they'll play next coming up here for Sargent County. Their next scheduled game here for the Sargent County Bulldogs, again making their way through. After today in Castleton, they have a game a week from today at Northern Cass, and then on April the 24th, playing Maple River and Enderlin, and they'll play Enderlin a little bit later on, kind of part of that school day game coming up here a week from Friday down in Enderlin. So that's what's next here for the Bulldogs. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to our starting nine here around the corner, all ahead of the opening pitch and more still today here in Castleton.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live. The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
As we get to our starting lineups here today in Castleton for the visiting Bulldogs of Sargent County, they'll be out in their dark blue tops, the gray pants with the gray numerals here with the SC on the side. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll be in their home white uniform, squirrels across the front in red with the red trim around the top of the jersey here for Central Cass. The Bulldogs will go like this: Anthony Ferderer, the sophomore left fielder, batting leadoff, with Harry Newstill, the sophomore pitcher, batting second. Cole Fury, the sophomore shortstop, batting third, with Braxton Erickson Wyckoff batting the cleanup for the junior catcher. From there, Tristan Peterson, the junior center fielder, batting fifth, with Elijah Hansen, the freshman first baseman, batting sixth. Carson Diley, the junior third baseman, batting seventh. Connor Olson, the junior right fielder, batting eighth, with Brody Marr, the sophomore DH, and then Jace Fury will be at second base for the senior second baseman. Again, Ferder, Newstill, Cole Fury, with Erickson, Wyckoff, Peterson, Hansen, Diley, Olson, Marr, and Jace Fury here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. In the outfield, they got Mr. Ryan Osmondstad in left, Lucas Christensen in center, Mr. Thummel in right here for Central Cass, Carver Kozowski at first base with Brody Cagley at second, Mr. Everson at shortstop with Peterson, that's Keegan at third, Lewis behind the plate, and Mueller on the mound here today for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll get to their starting nine coming up here in just a few moments. Again, it's Central Cass and it's Sargent County. Game number 4 this season here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Game number 2 of this season for the Bulldogs. This does count as a region contest and goes eventually towards your region standings. Again, you want to stay out of the 8-9 matchup. If you can do that, you'll be automatically into the Region 1 tournament. No, you got a couple of games left on the season. If you're into the 8-9 matchup, you'll have to play in the play-in. That is part of our starting lineups here as we got the thumbs up from our umpiring crew behind the plate. We'll continue with more after this here in Castleton.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you
June 30th, 2026.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. As they continue to go through the starting lineups here, we'll go through the Central Cass Squirrels here in their starting 9 as they'll go like this. Batting leadoff, the senior shortstop is Jack Everson, followed by Brody Cagley, the junior second baseman, batting second. Ryan Osmondstad, the junior left fielder, batting third. Keegan Peterson, the cleanup batter, the senior third baseman, followed by Carver Kozowski, the sophomore first baseman, batting fifth. Grayson Lewis, the senior catcher, batting sixth, with Bryce Mueller, the junior pitcher, batting seventh. Aiden Thummel, the junior right fielder, batting eighth, and Lucas Christensen, the junior center fielder, will be batting ninth. Again, Everson, Cagley, Ryan Osmondstad, Peterson, Kozowski, Lewis, Mueller, Thummel, and Christensen here for the Central Cass Squirrels for part of their starting lineups. Central Cass head coach again is Dustin Maggio. On the opposite side, Sargent County head coach is Randy Searstead. Due up next to the Bulldogs a week from today at Northern Cass. Central Cass scheduled to play next Friday down in Oaks for a region contest. Again, that does it for our starting lineups here today. When we come back, we'll get to the opening pitch. It's the Bulldogs and the Squirrels on a not too shabby Tuesday afternoon here in Castleton for a spring day on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for Students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
High school baseball here today in Castleton. Not too shabby of a day for considering the month of April of what we've had to contend with a little bit here in terms of the weather on yourlivevent.com. A lot of games have been postponed or canceled, but fortunate to get the game in here this afternoon. 55 degrees, overcast skies, wind blowing just a tish, the sun trying to make its way through down the right field line, straight down the right field line. You're heading west, go down the left field line. You're heading south. You still see a couple of snowbanks, but that's where all the snow was pushed at one point. Now, Castleton area, Fargo got about a foot. You go down to Lisbon, they had about 18 inches of snow during that Easter snowstorm. So most things considered, now it's just a matter of getting through the next couple of days, and hopefully for whether it's golf, track and field, baseball, or softball, just outdoor sports in general, you can kind of get in a little routine here before postseason. And everything with where the calendar is, Memorial Day, everything is early. State baseball wraps up before the month of June even starts. So everything a little bit early when it comes to high school sports here in North Dakota, just on the calendar. Furterer, Newstill, and Fury here for Sargent County, going up against the Central Cass Squirrels. Again, Mueller, that's Mr. Bryce, on the mound with Lewis behind the plate. Region 1 baseball tournament makes its way to Oaks a little bit later on here in the month of May. Well, you'll have the Southeast Track and Field meet that'll be in Kindred as well. We'll have those for you on yourlivevent.com with Region 1 softball in Hillsboro during that stretch, also on yourlivevent.com. And we'll get you ready for some of the Summer All-Star Series with the Shields Softball All-Star Series, Optimist Volleyball, and the Lions Basketball All-Star Series as well. As we get to the opening pitch time here just after the 5 o'clock hour, Mueller going up against Furterer. Opening pitch at 5:06, and this one will miss outside for a ball. Was it? Oh, make that 1-0. A sophomore left fielder will hit one in the air that'll go to the left fielder as Ryan Osmondstad barely has to move. That will be line drive out to the left fielder. Not a bad swing by Furterer. Just got on the hands a little bit for the fly out to left field. Now it's to Harry Newstill, the lefty pitcher on the mound here. But lefty at the plate for Newstill going up against Mueller. Pitcher versus pitcher. First time through the order here for Sargent County. As this will be breaking ball. Got the outer part of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. As Mueller with the 0-1 pitch. That'll work outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Talking with the head coach and Dustin Maggio earlier this afternoon. Talked that, Bryce got in that first game back in March against the Kindred Vikings. Able to get a couple of innings of relief in that game. So second time he's been on the bump here this season. That's a strike right down the plate. It's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 2 batter here in Newstill. Here's the 1-2 offering. Ground ball. Going to take a couple of hops there. Mueller fields his position nicely to Kozowski. 1-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. Now it goes to Cole Fury, and the other thing, just talking with coaches, it doesn't matter if you have turf or you don't have turf, just the amount of times you've physically been able to get out on a baseball or softball diamond here has been kind of few and far between since the start of the season. As this will be in there for a strike, it's 0-1, and not to mention spring, kind of that one of the seasons where you just have so much going on that it's one of those times of the year where you have a couple more dual sports when it comes to golf and track and baseball all wrapped up into one. No balls, 2 strikes here for Mueller going up against Cole Fury. Here's the 0-2 pitch. I'll run in and hit him right on the numbers, and Cole Fury will be the first batter of the game to reach a board here for Sargent County. As you have Braxton Erickson Wyckoff here due up for Sargent County. And for the Bulldogs, this would be their 4th batter to the plate here, and see if they can get a little 2-out rally brewing here against Bryce Mueller. For Bryce, been right around the zone so far, just a 1 ball thrown to Furterer and Newstill. Then he was up 0-2 on Cole, and just a breaking ball that got away from him. As Kozowski holds on the runner at first. First pitch swinging. There's a towering fly ball to left center field. Osmondson and Christensen giving chase. And Ryan with 1 foot towards the warning track makes a deep fly ball to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We played a half inning today on the Bank North scoreboard. It's Central Cass and Sargent County scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first.
Times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, first time through the lineup here, going up against Harry Newstill for the Central Cass Squirrels, as Jack Everson, Brody Cagley, and Ryan Osmondstad batting the top third of the lineup here against Harry Newstill and the Bulldogs. Taking a look at this Central Cass and Sargent County team, just even last year when it came to the summer months, both teams had really outstanding Babe Ruth seasons where the Sargent County Bulldogs finished top 4 in the state. Central Cass made it their way to the championship and fell to Park River Fortville Lincoln. Able to see the Legion team for Castleton host the State A Legion tournament, won a couple of games in that last year. So you start looking back through and saying, what can high school sports lead into Legion or Babe Ruth? And realistically, it's just about getting a little bit better in shape for that arm and getting back on the diamond a little bit. So that's the one thing from a Sargent County perspective, hoping to continue to carry over what they had from last year where their squad from Gwinner made it to the State Babe Ruth tournament in Lemoore. And this Castleton program's put a lot of good players through this spot, and also seeing a handful of them even just in recent years make their way to play collegiately when it comes to baseball as well. Newstill against Everson here. And the opening pitch from Harry will be out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Last night, Central Cass able to get the barrel to the bat a handful of times and to the baseball, able to score 11 runs against the Grovers. 1-0 pitch, and right on cue, Everson hits one in the gap to left field, but Ferderer is able to cut that one off. Not a bad swing by Jack by any stretch. There's one down here in the bottom of the first inning. But if you're Coach Maggio, you'll like to see that kind of contact early on in a baseball game and early on in the season as well. Trying to barrel up a couple of swings here if you're the Squirrels, as Brody Cagley now digs in the first lefty that Harry Newstill will see on the bump here this afternoon. As Newstill sees this one for a strike, throws right, bats left, kind of reminds you of a Justin Morneau or a Joe Mauer from a few years ago from the Minnesota Twins. Just they didn't pitch, but that righty thrower and a lefty hitter. The 0-1 offering upcoming here from Newstill. That'll be called a strike. It's 0-2. Gets ahead on Cagley here. No balls, 2 strikes. Able to see similar what we saw from Bryce Mueller working ahead on batters early on in the top half of the inning. As Newstill works from the first base side of the rubber. That'll miss outside. Erickson Wyckoff behind the plate with Diley at third. The pair of Fury brothers up the middle with Cole at short and Jace at second, and Hanson stands at first again for Sargent County. Here's the 1-2 from Newstill. Got him out in front on an off-speed pitch, but Cagley able to fillet that one out of play, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Forderer stands in left field, Peterson in center, and Olson stands in right. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here from Newstill to Cagley. Brody trying to put a good workman-like at bat early on here. Sees this one missing outside for a ball. This will be a 6th pitch of the at-bat here on the way to Cagley. Also going on across the way, Valley City Central Cass playing in high school softball. Squirrels off and running early when it comes to softball here this year for Scott Koss and their team. Here's the 2-2. Cagley will follow this one off the netting, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And 2 teams that Central Cass really hasn't played much of. When it comes to softball, Valley City's been in the EDC and the A, first year dropping down to the B, and Sargent County, again, a brand new squad here in high school this season. 2-2 is fouled off again, and Cagley will see his 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. So from Brody's perspective, you're seeing a lot of pitches here off of Harry Newstill after Everson had 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch again from Newstill. Kegley hits one in the air down the left field line. Ferderer makes a chase for it, and he can't come up with it as Kegley will round first on his way to second. Coach Maggio will put the brakes up there, but a nice inside-out swing by Kegley down the line, and the Squirrels will get a runner on here in the top of the first inning. So Kegley able to get that one, fisting it off. 9th pitch of the at-bat went right down the side. Ferderer gave it a good chase, just going to come up with the baseball, and Kegley will be aboard with a 1-out double here in the first inning. As the Squirrels will have their first base runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first on the Bank North scoreboard. As there's a towering fly ball, and Ferderer's been kept busy, as this one will be right underneath, and Ferderer goes off his glove. Kegley will make his way to third base, and Ryan Osmondstad will make his way to second on an error from the left fielder. Able to camp underneath it was Ferderer, but as he went to go close and grab the baseball, that one just went right through the glove, almost kind of hitting the heel of the glove a little bit there. So that'll be the first error of the baseball game, and can the Central Chaos Squirrels cash in on an extra out here in the first inning as the infield will come in. Jace Fury trying to keep the runner close at second. Newstill hits one across the plate for a strike. It's 0-1 here to Keegan Peterson. Cleanup batter for the Squirrels. A little soft line drive by Everson. Kegley hit one down the opposite side for the lefty. 0-1 pitch is going to be hit up and out of play over the Central Cast dugout. It's 0-2. Newstill works ahead, and then Ryan Osmondstad getting on base with an error. As Newstill looking for a strikeout or something on the ground. Squirrels looking to see if they can put another one in the outfield. 0-2 pitch is smothered by Erickson Wyckoff, as he will keep that one close, and we'll do it all again now at 1-2. Runner at second is Ryan Osmondstad. At third base is Brody Kegley. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here for Newstill. I'll miss out of the zone, now 2-2. Peterson trying to put a similar at-bat together as what he saw from his teammate Brody Kegley a couple of batters ago. This will be pitch number 5 of the at-bat here to Peterson. The 2-2. Not chasing was Keegan. Makes the count full. 3-2, our first full count of the evening. Here will be with Keegan Peterson. Keegan Peterson followed by Carver Kozowski on the on-deck circle here for Central Cass. Payoff pitch upcoming from Newstill. And this one goes right through Erickson Wyckoff. Trying to slide in is going to be Kegley. He does. It's going to be a walk. Then going from first to second on the play will be Peterson. So heads up base running for Central Cass, as this one was a pass ball which allowed Kegley to come in to score. Went right through Erickson Wyckoff there as he was trying to smother it. Osmondstad will go to third base, and Peterson will make his way to first. First walk for Harry Newstill. Now the Squirrels trying to see if they can put up a crooked number with Kozowski at the plate. Kozowski right back up the middle. That'll drop in. It's an RBI single. Coach Maggio will hold Peterson at third base. Good throw by Peterson coming in, but it's a ringing RBI single for Carver Kozowski, and the Squirrels have a 2-0 lead. As Ryan comes in to score from third, Peterson now is at third base, and we'll see Coach Randy Searstead going to come out here and talk it over on the mound as the Central Camp Squirrels now with a 2-0 lead, and they've taken advantage as well of that extra out. Kozowski with the RBI single here in the bottom of the first inning on the Bank North scoreboard. Bank North should feel personal, and it does. They're proud to be local, supporting local teams and communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Again, at Bank North. Central Cass 2, Sargent County scoreless here, bottom of the first. So a fly out by Everson, a double by Kegley, an error that allowed Ryan Osmondstad to score. Peterson with the walk now stands at third, and Carver Kozowski with the base knock, able to get the Squirrels with a hit, and also Runners at the corners as New still pays close attention to Kozowski one more time as Kozowski will slide in out for a space. You see it in softball, but even at baseball as well, when you got some wheels on, you can try to steal your way to a run here as Kozowski's going to break. Erickson Wyckoff able to block that one, and Kozowski able to get into scoring position. But if you're that runner at third, you're just waiting to see what the catcher will do. If it gets by the pitcher, you might be off and breaking it home to try to score. Runners again in scoring position for Central Cass with one down here in the bottom of the first. New still winds, delivers, that'll miss outside for a ball, and Lewis with a hitter's count right now at 2-0 for the senior catcher. Bryce Mueller due up next here for Central Cass, but a hitter's count to Grayson. Takes a big swing at that one, does Lewis. It's now 2-1. Runner at second is Kozowski. At third is Peterson. As the Squirrels, this is their sixth batter to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-1 pitch by Newstill, just out of the zone. It's 3-1. Sargent County in the top of the second. We'll see Peterson, Hansen, and Diley, their 5, 6, and 7 batters due up to the plate. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Newstill. Fouled back in on the hands, now 3-2. So Twins back in action a little bit later on here tonight, going up against the Boston Red Sox, a squad that has done awfully well here this season early on, at 10-7 on the year. Here's the 3-2 pitch, skied up. We'll see if it stays in play. Hansen will call everybody off in foul territory, makes a nice play there. Hansen coming in with a head of steam, 2 down as Lewis is retired on the pop-up. As it goes to Bryce Mueller. Former Twins Sonny Gray going to pitch against the Twins today, as Gray is 2-0 with the Red Sox with a sub-3 ERA, so he'll see his former squad from a few years back. And right now it goes to Bryce Mueller with 2 down, trying to see if he can get a base hit for Central Cass. This will work outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Mueller, the junior pitcher, work with a hitter's count here. Falling behind was Newstill to Lewis, but eventually got him to pop out in foul territory. Would like a similar cause here. 1-0 pitch is skied. This one will go to the second baseman. Jace Fury will come in a few steps. He'll glove it to retire the side. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they put up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left on base. We played 1 today on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass leads it by 2.
And everything they said is what they did. When they built the plan, wildlife wanted this, wanted that. They bent over backwards to satisfy everybody.
This kind of gave us a shot in the arm. Now we're going to build a new community center. We're allowed to give funding to a lot of our school programs.
Our kids have had all of this as their backyard, so it's a great way of life.
Teens are faced with tough decisions all the time, and parents aren't always there when it happens. But that doesn't mean they can't influence their kids to make the right choice, because making that right choice is easier when the wrong one isn't an option. When your teen faces peer pressure, what you give them access to can make all the difference. This message is brought to you by your local public health unit.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
As we head to the top of the second inning, Central Cass again 2 runs on 2 hits. An error with 2 runners left again in the bottom of the first. Sargent County was trying to get a 2-out rally going after Cole Fury was hit by a pitch, but we'll see what they do here against Bryce Mueller's second inning work as Mueller breaking ball, missing on the outer part of the plate. It's now 1-0. Tristan Peterson, Elijah Hansen, and Carson Diley due up here, 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Bulldogs. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss outside as well, just off the plate. Now 2-0. As for Bryce Mueller, winds and delivers. Taking a good cut at that one is Peterson. It's 2-1. This is the first 2-ball count to a Bulldog batter, albeit early, but 4 batters through the first time. Never had a 2-ball count for Mueller. This one has hit right back up the middle. Mueller doing a good job, and for the second time we'll have a 1-3 putout, and there's a 1 down. Feeling his position. As you see Elijah Hansen to the plate for the freshman first baseman, will bat from the left-handed side here for Sargent County. Also going on, it's Kindred and Lisbon in Lisbon tonight. Brent Dick on the call for us down in Lisbon. As this will miss for a ball, it's 1-0 here to Hansen. As the 1-0 pitch is called the strike, it's now 1-1. Bottom of the second inning in Lisbon, it's Kindred 1, Lisbon scoreless. And again, Region 1 baseball as well as this one is hit foul. It's 1-2. They're doing some modifications from the press box, so Brent's got a bird's eye view out in Lisbon from center field. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3, looking at Mueller, gets his first strikeout of the evening, and there's 2 down. Lisbon hosting the State B Legion Baseball Tournament, so doing a couple of upgrades and modifications to their baseball diamond. Carson Diley, the junior third baseman, batting 7th. We'll see this miss outside for a ball. It's 1-0, so all 3 batters in the inning. Mueller has fallen behind in the count, but he retired Peterson and Hansen. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low. It's now 2-0. Connor Olson due up next. Here, if Diley can find a way to climb aboard here in the top half of the frame. 2-0. That one will be called a strike. It's 2-1. For the Squirrels in the bottom half of the second, 8, 9, and 1 batters due up with Aiden Thummel to lead things off. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, got him out in front, pulling the string. It's 2-2. See if he goes back to a off-speed pitch, or will Mueller try to rear back and throw a fastball. This one will be hit on the ground. Mueller, for the third time, fields his position nicely to Kozowski, 1-3 on the putout. A 3-up, 3-down top half of the second as we played an inning and a half today on the Big North scoreboard. It's Central Cass up by 2.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more.
Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
As we come back to the bottom of the second inning, Aiden Thummel will take a strike here with Harry Newstall on for his second inning of work. There's a good swing and a cut by Thummel. It's now 0-2 here to the junior right fielder. 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the Squirrels. Bottom of the second inning here in Castleton. Chase Miller with you here tonight. Here in the middle part of April already. Swing and a miss, and Newstone gets his first strikeout as Thummel expanded the zone. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning as it goes to Lucas Christensen. Christensen, the junior center fielder, due up here for the Squirrels, and back to Mr. Jack at the top of the lineup. As New still trying to get a little rhythm going as he's retired the last 3 batters here against the Squirrels. And New still will see this one miss low for a ball. It's 1-0. Start taking a look at teams and just different players and where potentially you could be once you get to that region tournament. 1-0 pitch. I'll miss for a ball. Now 2-0. Central Cass has a feeling that they can have a pretty salty team to try to make it to the Buffalo City here in a state tournament. 2-0 offering. Going to be hit down the left field line, but that'll be foul. It's 2-1. Look at Lisbon. They got a ton of arms. Talking with Brad Bittner when what they've been able to develop. They'd love to have his son, Jordan Bittner, who was out with an ACL injury back in the football season. So a guy who would have started for basketball, done a little track and field, and probably been a senior athlete contender of Region 1 baseball, not playing for Lisbon. So that's still a big blow from a Bronco perspective. 3 balls, 1 strike on the way here to Christensen. Swing and a miss, now 3-2. Kindred obviously going to be there, so the Ball Stars go back and forth with Central Cass last week on Friday here in Castleton as well. The 3-2 pitch from Newstill. That'll be just off the plate. Good walk for Christensen as he will take first base. And for the first time through the lineup for Central Cass, 2 runs, 2 hits. They left 2 runners on, a walk and a hit by pitch, or 2 walks so far here for the Squirrels. Now it goes to Jack Everson. He hit one to Furterer out in left field. His first time up on the second pitch. Gave it a good ride. As Erickson Wyckoff talking it over with his pitcher on the bump there with Newstill. Was taking his lead as Christensen off of first. Being held on there by Elijah Hansen. First pitch swinging. Jack gets jammed, but this one will go out of play for a ball. It's now 0-1. So see, second time through the lineup. And for some of these batters, they've seen Henry Newstill before. For others, you really haven't seen him. Just a underclassman here for Sargent County. As the pick play will make its way to first. As an example, Carver Kozowski went up against Mr. Newstill last year when it came to the State Babe Ruth baseball tournament. Able to see each other, but for the most part, a lot of these guys first time seeing Harry Newstill on the mound. As Christensen took a good secondary lead, next time he just might be off and going to second base as he stays put. It's 1-1. As Newstill, 1 ball, 1 strike here to Everson. Bottom of the second inning, down by 2 for the Bulldogs. As Everson will see this take 1 low, now 2-1. Runner at first base again is Christensen with a 1-out walk. Worked the count full. As Christensen's going to break for second. Here's the pitch. It's a hit and run opportunity. This one is popped into short left field. Cole Fury comes out a few steps and makes the play for a pop-out. That'll retire Jack here, and there's 2 down. Now it goes to Brody Kegley. Kegley hit one down the left field line for a double. His last time, Furterer was nearly there to make the catch. Kegley on his 9th pitch at the at-bat, shot one into left and got aboard for a base knock. Central Cass 4th batter to the plate after they put 7 in the first. As Christensen first pitch swinging, this one's going to go into right center field. Peterson will cover it quickly as Christensen was often running as he will get into scoring position. That'll be a 1-0 count on the way to Kegley. For the Bulldogs, 8-9-1 batters due up in the third with Connor Olson, Marr, and then Furterer here for Sargent County. 1 ball, no strikes as Christensen gets 90 feet closer to home plate. As this one will miss for a ball, it's 2-0, and Christensen taking a nice lead off a second as well. So Cole Fury trying to see if maybe he can throw the daylight play out behind him and keep Christensen close to second. Here's the 2-0. That'll be hit in the air and down for a base hit, and that'll split the gap. Kegley with an RBI base hit here in the second. We'll see how far he can go. He's turning second on his way to third. The relay to Cole Fury is going to be thrown to third, and he's out. as Cole Fury to Diley to finish off the inning, but Kegley does get an extra base hit, and Central Cass now has a 3-0 lead. Good defense, good offense as we head to the third with a new score. It's Central Cass up by 3.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Top of the third inning, we go 8-9-1 batters due up for the Bulldogs, a game that's just about the half-hour mark so far through 2 innings of play. Olson, Marr, and Ferderer here in Castleton for Sargent County. If you're just joining us, Kozowski with an RBI single in the bottom of the first inning. You also got Kegley there with an RBI double to make it 3-0 here for Central Cass. So far for the Squirrels, they've been able to put 2 runs across on 3 hits. They've left 3. Sargent County, no runs, no hits, and they've left 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch by Mueller, as it'll be called a strike as well. Now 0-2. 4 batters in the first inning. It was a 2-out hit by pitch to Cole Fury to allow the 1 lone base runner here for the Bulldogs. 0-2, that'll miss for a ball. It's 1-2. 3 up, 3 down second, and we'll see what Bryce can do here in the third. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball just down the inner part, but nearly got the strike. Instead, it'll be for a ball. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes on the way here to Mueller. Or from Mueller, excuse me, to Connor Olson. 2-2 is going to be hit down the first base side. That'll go foul as Kozowski gave it a couple of steps at it and realized that was going to be into foul territory here. It's Connor Olson trying to be a table setter for the Bulldogs in the third. Good at bat here for Connor as he'll see pitch number 6 off of Bryce Mueller. Seeing two ball counts, 1 to Tristan Peterson and 1 to Connor Olson. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Bryce will get his second strikeout. 1 down here in the top of the third inning. As Marr will come up to the plate. As Brody Marr, the senior designated player, due up here for Sargent County. As that'll work inside for a ball, 1-0. So Jace Fury again, the second baseman, playing in the infield with the DH here with Brody. The 1-0 pitch going to be hit in the air. Soft little line drive to Everson at shortstop. Jack didn't have to do much with that one. Soft little line drive. There's 2 down. As Ferderer, the left fielder, had a line drive shot to his fellow counterpart in left field, and Ryan Osmondstad to open up the ball game back at 5:06 earlier this afternoon. As Mueller's got that off-speed pitch working right now, no balls and 1 strike. Bryce quickly back on the rubber. This one's going to be hit in the air. Another soft little line drive, but to Kegley at second, and it's another 3 up, 3 down inning here for Mueller, who's retired 7 straight batters. As we play 2.5 today on the Bank North scoreboard, it's Central Cass up by 3.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more.
Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Bottom of the third inning on yourliveevent.com on the Bank North scoreboard. From everyday banking to ag and business lending, Bank North supports local families and businesses with financial solutions rooted in community commitment and local decisions. For more, go to banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Heart of the lineup here for the Squirrels: Ryan Osmondstad, Keegan Peterson, and Carver Kozowski. Again, 3, 4, and 5 batters due up here for Central Cass. Bottom of the third inning, Squirrels 2 runs across in the first, 1 run across in the bottom half of the second. New still on for his third inning of work, and this one will be called a ball here to Ryan. It's 1-0. Osmondstad reached bases last time up in the first on an error from further out and left. Here's the 1-0 pitch, as this will be hitting the air to the right field side. Olsen coming in, trying to make a diving play. This one will get by Olsen. Rounding first on his way to second will be Ryan Osmondstad. He will go from second, trying to get to third, and he will be up safely. It's a triple for Ryan Osmondstad, and the Squirrels yet again with a runner aboard here now in the bottom of the third inning. Olsen gave it a good chase after it there and right. The problem was, as he dove, it went by him, which easily allowed Ryan then to scamper to third base. If he's able to bat that one down, Osmondstad probably can't go anywhere more than first. But put the ball in play, good things will happen, and now you see it to Keegan Peterson. As Peterson will take a ball, it's 1-0. Keegan with a walk made his way all the way to third his last time up in the first inning. So a couple extra base hits in consecutive order for Central Cass. The 1-0 pitch, good swing and a rip at that one for Keegan. It's now 1-1. 2 runs across on 2 hits in the first, 1 run across on 1 hit in the second. Central Cass threatening again here in the third. As this is foul back, it's 1-2. Squirrels up next Friday in Oaks. A week from today, their next home game hosting Enderlin for Central Cass for their next couple of scheduled games. Here's the 1-2 from Newstill. I'll miss for a ball, now 2-2 for Sargent County. They'll play next a week from today at Northern Cass. And on the 24th, a week from Friday, have a couple of games in Enderlin versus Enderlin and Maple River. Here's the 2-2. Hit in the air and down for a base hit to left. Keegan Peterson with an RBI single. Ryan Osmondstad comes in to score from third, and the Squirrels have added to their lead. It's 4-0 Central Cass. Keegan Peterson with his first base hit of the contest. Ryan Osmondstad will score his second run of the game, and the Squirrels lead it here 4-0. So that's already the 5th hit off a Newstill here for Central Cass. Pick play back to first. Hanson holding him on. What Central Cass has been able to do, a team that played Friday, a team that played Monday, now Tuesday, a squad that maybe's got a little rhythm going right now. You haven't really been able to say that too much for spring sports teams. As this one will graze him. Did it hit him? Nearly did. As Carver Kozowski got out of the way, it's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on the way here to Kozowski. As the sophomore first baseman batting 5th sees Peterson over at first. His teammate is Newstill. Let's see if he can put something on the ground here. Going to second base, off with the pitch was Peterson, and he will be in there safely. As Erickson Wyckoff just going to get that one to transition from the glove to the hand and trying to make a throw down to second. And Kozowski with a hitter's count now at 2-0. Newstill, underclassman, a sophomore here for the Bulldogs. 2-0 pitch. I'll miss high out of the zone. It's 3-0. Well, Squirrels got their single, double, triple today, a walk so far at the plate. See if you give the green light here to Carver, 3-0. The pitch. This one will go all the way to the backstop, and on the wild pitch, the runner from second in, Peterson, will make his way to third, and going to first base, here will be Kozowski on a 4-pitch walk. Third walk of the contest for a Central Cass batter. Kozowski has reached base twice. Now it's to Grayson Lewis, who worked the count full but popped out into foul territory to Hansen at first his last time up in inning number 1. And the Squirrels again threatening to put up a crooked number here in the third inning. 3 batters up, 3 batters on, and 1 in so far in the third. First pitch swinging. This one's going to be hit in the air and down for a base hit to left. That's going to split the gap, and Kozowski was off on the pitch. He's easily going to come in and score. It's a bases clearing, ringing double for Grayson Lewis, and the Squirrels now lead it 6-0. Well, Lewis able to tee that one up perfectly as Peterson comes in to score alongside with Kozowski, and Kozowski being off with the pitch made it easy to come in as Lewis gets a couple of runners to come across. We'll get a pitching change. We'll let you know about it next. Bottom of the third, Central Cass leads it by 6.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgriPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits in genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Well, for Harry Newstill, he's still on the hook for the runner at second base here with Grayson Lewis. 2 innings of work, 6 hits against 6 runs, with 6 hits as well. 3 walks in a strikeout. Hansen will go from first base to the mound, so Elijah Hansen on the mound. Newstill will go from the mound to shortstop, and then Cole Fury will go from short to first here for Sargent County. So you had a righty, now you get a lefty here for the Bulldogs. The pitch. This one will be called a strike. It's 0-1. Sargent County, take a look, a very youthful team in terms of a lot of freshmen and sophomores on the roster this season for Coach Randy Searstead. Just one senior and a handful of juniors. As this one will work for a ball, it's 1-1. Bryce Mueller, a chance to continue to help his own cause right now. 0-for-1 with the pop-out his last time up in the first. The Squirrels right now starting to tee off a little bit here, getting 5 runs driven in so far in the contest. The 1-1 good breaking ball. That will be 1-2, nearly tied up Bryce. So Elijah Hansen looking for the first out of the bottom of the third inning. Squirrels already with 3 runs across. Try to see if they can maybe get 4 or more here in the inning. Is this going to be hit up the first base side? That'll go foul, and we'll keep it at 1-2. 2, 3, 4 batters for Sargent County due up in the top of the fourth with Harry Newstill. As got a runner coming on here for Mr. Lewis with Nelson, the junior. Carter Nelson will stay put for the moment. As that one maybe goes another foot or 2 off either side, might go make an attempt. 2 balls, 2 strikes here as Hansen will work from the third base side of the rubber. Take a look back at Nelson, the pitch. 2-2 is going to be hit in the air, filleted to right center field. Peterson on his horse loses his hat, makes the catch in right center. Oh, what a play by the center fielder. Peterson able to take a extra base hit away from Bryce Mueller, and there's one down here in the third. Good play on the way defensively, our probably best play of the afternoon and early evening here. Peterson had to go from left center to right center, make the catch, and there's one down as Aiden Thummel is due up. 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging his last time up to open up the second inning. This will be hit on the ground. A two-hopper, a C&I single that gets by Newstill, making his way to third base as Furter will come in. Firing will be Nelson. So Aiden Thummel climbs aboard with a one-out single, and runners are at the corners. First hit against Hansen on in relief for his second batter. And now it goes to Christensen. Squirrels matching the most batters that they've had in an inning so far against a Sargent County pitching staff here. They had 7 in the first. Now they have 7 here at least in the third. As Lucas Christensen with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored his last time up in the second. Runners will stay put. This one will miss. It's now 1-0. Then to Everson for the third time through the lineup here for Central Cass. As the Squirrels right now have found a way to put some good swings at the plate and get it in the outfield a handful of times so far. Here's the pickoff play and staying put at first. As Cole Fury holding on the runner there with Aiden Thummel. We're at third, Nelson trying to see if he can dash his way from third to home. As Hansen looks back the runner, the pitch. That'll be a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. For the Bulldogs, definitely a squad that just kind of learning again from a first time through, brand new team from a region perspective for Central Cass. And this Squirrel team, you lost a handful of seniors, but you still got a lot of really talented athletes on the club this season as Aiden Thummel makes his way into scoring position now for Central Cass. And you look like, again, an Everson, a Lewis from there with a Boder, a Lindstrom, just your seniors, a handful of juniors, and some sophomores who have found ways to get some varsity experience as well. The 2-1 pitch is popped up. See who gives way. Jace Fury calls everybody off, makes the catch, and there's 2 down. So big out number 2 here in the inning as Christensen is retired. And now it goes to Everson here, who's 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a pop out. If he can put one in the gap somewhere, 2 runs would score for Central Cass. Bulldogs and Hansen looking to minimize the damage to 3 runs here in the third and see if they can figure out the riddle that's named Bryce Mueller here on the mound today, as he's gotten 3 really good innings of work so far for the Squirrels. As this will be called the strike, it's 0-1. Jack's able to get aboard. You'll see Brody Cagley due up next, and there'll be 9 batters up here in the inning for Central Cass. Here's the 0-1 from Hansen. It'll be called a strike now, 0-2. Runner at third base is Nelson. At second is Thummel. I'll be off with the swing of the bat. But here's the 0-2 pitch from Hansen. Hit in the air, popped up, and out of play. We'll keep it at 0-2. Also today on YourLiveEvent.com, Lisbon and Kindred from the center field perch as they're working on their press box for the upcoming State B Legion tournament in Lisbon later this summer. 0-1's going to be hit on the ground. That'll be a 2-hopper to Jace Fury. Fury will go 4-3 on the putout to retire the side. But for Central Cass, they do put up 3 runs across here in the inning as they were able to get 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 runners on. We played 3 today on the Bank North scoreboard. We have a new score. Central Cass 6, Sargent County scoreless.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
6-love on the Bank North scoreboard here, top of the fourth inning. Central Cass and the Sargent County Bulldogs. Squirrels lead it by 6. Newstill, Fury, and Erickson Wyckoff, 2-3-4 batters, as Bryce Mueller on for his fourth inning of work. Works ahead on Newstill. It's 0-1 as Harry went right back to a ground out right to Mueller, his last time up in inning number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way as Bryce takes a look with Lewis behind the plate, the 1-1. That'll miss for a ball, now 2-1. Peterson stands at third with Everson at short. Kegley at second and Kozowski at first here for Carter Maggio. We'll get to the outfield after the pitch to Newstill. Will be called a strike, now 2-2. Ryan Osmondstad in left. You got Christensen in center, and Thummel stands in right here for Central Cass. Here's the 2-2 on the way. That'll run inside for a ball, and this will be our first full count for a Bulldog batter against Bryce Mueller here this afternoon. Here's the payoff pitch. That'll miss for a ball. That'll be the first walk issued against Bryce Mueller. He did have a hit by pitch to Cole Fury, who comes up now, as Cole Fury makes his way as first base. So for the first time this late afternoon, early evening, Sargent County with the leadoff batter aboard, and will force Bryce Mueller to work from the stretch as Kozowski will hold on Newstill. Runners in a break. Newstill's going to make his way. Here's the throw by Lewis, and it comes off the glove of Kegley as Newstill will slide in safely to second base. It's the first time that the Bulldogs have had a runner in scoring position. Cole Fury now will try to see if he can at least move Newstill over another 90 feet. No balls and a strike on the way to Cole. As Fury takes a ball, it's now 1-1. You will see Sargent County also with softball this season with their co-op with Oaks when it comes to softball. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2 softball. Maple River, Lisbon, Sargent County, Oaks, and now Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley, all with new teams in the last couple of years. That's going to be called a strike, and double checking what the count is here to see. And this one will be 2 balls and 2 strikes on the way to Cole Fury. With the runner at second again in Newstill. The pitch by Mueller. 2-2, swing and a miss, and Cole Fury is retired for the first out of the fourth inning. For Bryce, strikeout looking in the second, strikeout swinging in the third, and now a strikeout swinging in inning number 4 as well. And Braxton Erickson Wyckoff here flew out to the left fielder his last time up to Osmondstad to end inning number 1. So missing low for a ball, now 1-0 as the sun is trying to poke through the clouds here in Castleton. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way as Mueller sees this work at the hands for a ball, now 2-0. As we near the 6 o'clock hour here on YourLiveEvent.com, Central Cass, 3 runs in the third inning. As this one will get by Lewis, and the runner will scamper to third base here, and the Bulldogs threatening now in the fourth of the runner at third here with Newstill. The 3 straight batters here in the fourth inning that Mueller has faced. One was a full count, another a 2-2 count. Now it's a 3-0 count here to Erickson Wyckoff. As Mueller with the pitch. We call the ball. It's a 4-pitch walk, second walk of the inning. And runners will be at the corners here now in the top of the fourth for Sargent County. As Tristan Peterson, the junior center fielder, will dig in here for the Bulldogs. We'll see what play is on for Randy Searstead with the first time today that they've had 2 runners on. As Kozowski holds Erickson Wyckoff at first. Runner at third is Newstill. Mueller from the stretch. He will deliver a strike. Work ahead now, 0-1. Elijah Hansen due up next here for Sargent County if Tristan Peterson can get a base knock. Here's the 0-1. That'll be a ball. Now 1-1 for the Squirrels in the bottom of the fourth inning. They'll have their 2-3-4 batters due up with Brody Cagley in the bottom half of the fourth. 1-1 pitch. That's called a strike. Now 1-2. Good spot there for Mueller. As Bryce is looking for his fourth strikeout or something on the ground. Peterson looking to see if he can put something in the air. 1-2 pitch. Got him out in front, pulling the string, and Mueller gets his second strikeout of the inning, and there's 2 down. That one just fell off the table on the pitch there by Mueller. As Mueller with a really nice offering on the pitch, and now will be to Elijah Hansen with 2 down here. It was Gazowski with a little time called. Hansen struck out looking his last time up in the second. Batter number 5 of the inning, the most that Sargent County has sent to the plate against Mueller. First pitch swinging. This one will go foul. It's 0-1. As the Bulldogs, for Sargent County, made up forming Gwinner Milner for their respective towns. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is going to be hit on the ground. Everson will come and glove it. Fires across the diamond to Kozowski to retire the side. 6-3 on the putout. There were no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We played 3.5 today on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass leads it by 6.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Second inning of work for Hansen, who came on in relief in the third inning for Harry Newstall. As we'll see, Cagley, Ryan Osmondstad, and Peterson do up here. 2, 3, and 4 batters for Central Cass. And Cagley, see a lefty-lefty matchup here, takes the ball 1-0. Cagley with a pair of doubles so far today. A run scored and a run driven in for your number 2 batter, who also plays second base and wears number 2. Here's the 1-0. This one jammed him. I'll go foul. Out of play now, 1-1. Squirrels 6 runs across on 7 hits. They have yet to commit an error. They've left 5 aboard. For Sargent County, no runs, no hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 3 runners aboard so far. 1-1 pitch is going to be hit up the third base side foul. It's now 1-2. Squirrels jumped out in front with 2 runs in the first inning, capped off by a Kozowski RBI single, and they haven't looked back since. As Hansen rocks and delivers. I'll be off the plate now, 2-2. Hopefully after this weekend that the weather starts to open up a little bit here in parts of the region. Snow being talked about yet again, depending on where it goes. The 2-2 got him out in front. Kegley trying to see if he can get an infield single here. Jace Fury just in time, 4-3 to his brother Cole on the putout, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As for Osmondstown, he's reached base twice. His last time up was a triple to right field. He scored 2 runs so far here for Central Cass. As Hansen's got an inning and a third. Just one hit against him. The pitch. This one will miss for swing and foul back, It'll be 0-1. 7 innings of baseball unless you get to the mercy run rule. Central Cass thing can put a couple of runs up in the inning. We can start talking about that. If not, you'll have to make sure you go through the normal 7. Where it stands right now is this one is foul back. It's 0-2 unless the Bulldogs can put some runs across here in the 5th, 6th, or possibly the 7th inning. Sometimes it's all about not getting knocked out early in a baseball or softball game and giving yourself a chance throughout and just try to score a run or 2 back and see if you can claw your way back as there's a time called by Ryan at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes here for Elijah Hansen, the freshman, going up against the junior here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. That'll go to Jace Fury one more time, and Fury flips it over to Cole 4-3, 2 down in the 4th inning. Now it goes to Keegan Peterson. Peterson with a walk in the 1st, a single with a run scored, a run driven in, and a stolen base in the 3rd. For Hansen, looking for the first 3 up, 3 down inning here for a Bulldog pitcher here this evening. Hansen will hit the breaking ball, splits the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Bulldogs in the 5th. We'll see 7, 8, and 9 batters due up with Diley to open things up in the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way from Hansen. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 1-1. As Hansen sees the 1-1 pitch. Went through the zone. He did offer and comes across. It's now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the cleanup batter here in the Central Cass lineup, bottom of the 4th on the Bank North scoreboard. As Hansen winds and delivers. 1-2 hit on the ground. This one will go to Newstill. Newstill comes in charge, makes a good throw across the diamond, and there's a 3 up, 3 down inning here for Sargent County. 4 complete on the Bank North scoreboard today in Castleton. Central Cass leads by 6.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for Students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the 5th inning here in Castleton. Diley, Olson, and Marr do up 7, 8, 9 batters for the Sargent County Bulldogs in a game that's just surpassed the 1 hour mark here tonight in Castleton. Bulldogs Trying to figure out again Bryce Mueller here. First pitch swinging. This one will go to Everson, and this will one hop and take another hop on Everson, as that'll be the first error of the game here for Central Cass. And you'll get a runner aboard. Just sometimes, too, just not getting out enough to see what a hop will take, whether it's on a normal field or on a turf early on the season sometimes. So Diley will get aboard. Sargent County for the second straight inning get their leadoff runner on. And this one will be foul back with Connor Olson. It's 0-1. Bulldogs left 2 runners aboard in the 4th inning. They got Neusta all the way to 3rd. See what they can do here with Diley being held on by Kozowski at first. The 0-1 pitch. On just off the plate now, 1-1. See what the Squirrels can do here defensively. And for the Bulldogs, they're starting to minimize the number of outs you have at work here. You got 9 minimum remaining, or maximum remaining. Might only have 6 potentially. If Central Cass can put up a handful of runs and try to get to that mercy run rule in the bottom of the 5th or 6th inning. So for the Bulldogs right now, I want to see if they can put something across the board here in the top of the 5th inning. Connor Olson, 2-1 pitch, hits one in the air. That'll go down the right field line. Kozowski giving chase, and he will make a stretch with Thummel there. Not for a lack of effort. That just went a little bit farther than the old reach could handle, and Olson will stay alive. It's 2-2. Both Thummel and Kozowski went for the fly ball. Grab their hats. A little bit of sunglasses as well. Back to business here in the 5th inning as Bryce Mueller takes a look at the scoreboard and the count at 2-2. Diley takes his lead off of first. He will come back and he will slide in safely. A back pickoff attempt, though, for Mueller as Diley took the one extra step to second, and that's where the pitcher and Mueller immediately went to go try to see if he could tag him out. This one will be hit but foul, and we'll keep it at 2-2. So good battle here for Connor Olson, fouling off a handful of pitches in this at-bat. Then Marr due up next and to the top of the lineup here for the Bulldogs. 2-2 pitch. This one will be up the first base side as Olson a little late on that, but stays alive at 2-2. Come out to Castleton. You got turf on football. You got turf with baseball and turf with softball, with baseball being the last field. I was able to be turfed, hosting the State A Legion tournament this past summer as well. Makes the count full now, 3-2. So third 3-ball count here for Bryce Mueller. See if the runner goes on a 3-2. Diley will stay put. This will be hit on the ground, and Olson stays alive yet again. So Connor Olson doing a good job battling here in the top of the 5th inning for Sargent County. See where Mueller wants to go on another payoff pitch. 3-2, got him. Swung on a miss. Mueller with his 5th strikeout. And there's one down here in the top of the 5th inning. As Brody Moore, the sophomore DH, with a soft little line drive out to the shortstop to Everson, his lone time up in the 3rd inning. As Diley stands here at first, Mueller from the stretch. This one will be called a strike. It's 0-1. I have some track and field coverage next week at Shanley. Central Cass will partake in the Shanley invite as they did last year. The 0-1 pitch got them out in front. 0-2, a bunch of EDC teams. Kindred and alongside Central Cass going to compete as well. So we'll have track and field coverage pending Mother Nature a week from Thursday at Shanley. Here's the 0-2 offering. Does not go through the zone now. 1-2. Good take by Brody. And Mueller looking for back-to-back strikeouts here in the top of the 5th. Got him. Out in front on the off-speed. 2 down here on the top of the 5th inning. And also back-to-back innings now for Bryce Mueller that he's had 2 strikeouts, 6 total. 2 walks with a hit by pitch. 4 2/3 work so far as now goes to Anthony Furter. Stepping off will be Mueller. He A soft little line drive out to Kegley at second base in the third inning, did Anthony, and then a fly out to the left fielder, Ryan Osmondstad, in the first. This one backhanded behind the plate by Lewis. It's 1-0. 4 batters in the first inning, 3 up, 3 down, second and the third. Bulldogs have 5 batters in the fourth that have seen Bryce Mueller. 1-0 pitch. Lewis able to keep it in front. He'll have an opportunity if he wanted to, but just couldn't quite get to the laces of that baseball here, or the seams, excuse me, thinking football. 2-0 on the way for Anthony Ferderer. Hitter scout to the leadoff batter and also allow the runner to scamper into scoring position here for Diley. 2-0 pitch. Just off the plate now, 3-0. Harry Newstill due up next for the Bulldogs if Ferderer can get aboard. Taken all the way. That'll be called the strike. Gets 3-1. As Bryce Mueller looks back into Lewis behind the plate. 3-1 pitch. That'll be called the strike and work the count full. Squirrels will see Carver Kozowski due up in the bottom half of the inning. 3-2 pitch, strike 3, looking, and 3 straight strikes for Mueller after falling behind the count. 3-0 as he strikes out the side. No runs, no hits in air, and 1 runner left. We played 4.5 today on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass leads it by 6.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Bottom of the 5th inning we go here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Carver Kozowski, Grayson Lewis, and Bryce Mueller due up here for Castleton. As you see, 5, 6, and 7 batters due up here. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Sargent County looking for their first run. Squirrels, 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. Hansen, 2 innings in relief of 1 hit baseball so far. The 1 hit by Aiden Thummel back in the third. So he's came on for Harry Newstill and put 0 on the board and finished off the rest of the third inning without giving up any more runs across. So he's done his job in relief as Hansen works ahead on Kozowski at 0-1. Kozowski with a 4-pitch walk his last time up in the third with a run scored and earned a RBI single in the first. The 0-1 pitch from Hansen. This will be laced in the air to left field as Kozowski will get his second base hit of the evening, and Central Cass with the leadoff batter climbing aboard here in the bottom of the 5th. First leadoff batter for the Squirrels to get on base since Ryan Osmondstad did in the third. Now it's to Grayson Lewis. Lewis with a 2 RBI ringing double back in the third inning to left center. Taking his lead is Kozowski off of first. Hansen works from the stretch. As this will be called the strike, it's 0-1. Kozowski being held on by Cole Fury at first base. Erickson Wyckoff behind the plate for the Bulldogs. Here's a pick play, and this one will get by the first baseman on the air on the throw variety by Hansen. And how far can Kozowski go? Here's the relay in by Olson, and going first to third will be Carver Kozowski. Second error of the ball game here for Sargent County, and the Squirrels will have a runner 90 feet away from home plate. Trying to add on to that 6-0 lead as Grayson Lewis behind the count, no balls and a strike. Gosh, there is just something about a burger or a brat or a hot dog the first time off the grill. You can smell it all the way from the concession stand up into the press box. You just know summer's around the corner. And smart smelling a good burger or a brat or a hot dog on the grill. The 0-1 pitch is roped right back up the middle. Grayson Lewis will get his third run driven in of the contest, and Central Cass adds on to it as they lead 7-0. Good teams make you pay with an extra out or moving runners aboard here, so that'll be the first run charged against Hanson. Back-to-back singles by Kozowski and Lewis, and now Nelson will courtesy run. It'll be Carter at first base, as this will be called a strike. Gets 0-1. Bryce Mueller 0 for 2 with a pop-out and a fly-out so far for the junior pitcher, but it's been what he's done on the mound that's been very impressive so far this evening. Here's the 0-1. This will be hit right back to Hanson off his glove. Hanson able to recompose himself and get the batter at the plate out. So Mueller is retired as Nelson will make his way to second base. As you see it with Aiden Thummel. Thummel with a single back in the third inning. And for the Squirrels, see if they can add on to their 7-run advantage so far here in the fifth. Thummel with a strikeout back in the second as Nelson takes his lead off a second. First pitch in there for a strike for Hanson. Good breaking ball. It's 0-1. And Lucas Christensen then back to the top of the lineup here for Central Cass. For Coach Maggio, you got to like the contact that you've seen early on this season with this just being the fourth game, what they've been able to do at the plate. As it'll be called a strike now, 0-2. Bulldogs in the 6th will see their 2, 3, and 4 batters due up with Harry Newstall to lead things off in the top of the 6th inning. Central Cass. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hanson. Swing and a miss by Thummel. Hanson gets his first strikeout in relief, and there's 2 down here in the bottom half of the inning. As Lucas Christensen 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored with a stolen base back in the second inning. As Hanson calls time, wants to say, hey, let's switch baseballs here. So that's exactly what they will do. Here in the inning, a single by Carver Kozowski, then Hanson went to try to go pick him off at first, and on the throwing error allowed Kozowski to get to third, and Lewis hit one right back up the middle for an RBI single to plate the 7th run across here for Central Cass. This one will work out of the zone for a ball to Christensen. Now 1-0. Christensen, part of that Central Cass basketball program that finished runner-up at the state tournament this year at the Fargo Dome. Squad that has a lot of upside moving forward, too, just with the talent that's coming through Matt Norman's program over the next handful of years. The 1-0 pitch. We call the strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down here with Nelson standing at second. Christensen at the plate. Where does Hanson go here? Been able to locate that off-speed pitch pretty well. The 1-1. Called the strike. It's now 1-2. So Hanson getting ahead on the Central Cass batter, the junior center fielder. As the 1-2 pitch is on the way. I'll miss for a ball, now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to the number 9 batter, and the junior center fielder. It was Hanson looking for the final out of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Did it hit him? Yes, it did. As Hanson will have his first free pass against in relief as Christensen will take first base. That's to Jack Everson. I'm going to see if he can climb aboard here today. Jack 0 for 3 at the plate. Fly out, pop out, and a ground out his last time up to the second baseman. Back in the third. Hanson a little bit of a pickle here with 2 down in the 5th. As Everson sees this one out of the zone for a ball, it's now 1-0. Batter number 6 of the inning for Central Cass. Nelson at second base, Christensen at first. Here's the 1-0. Good swing at that one by Everson. It's now 1-1. Central Cass with 1 run so across here in the bottom of the 5th inning, looking to see if they can add to it with a base knock here with 2 down. 1-1 pitch. I'll work out of the zone now. 2-1. I was able to see Everson and Newstill here battling it out in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 pitch, hit right back up the middle. That one comes through. Dustin Maggio waving Nelson around third. Here's the play by Peterson. He will not throw it home. It's a 2-out RBI single for Jack Everson. And the Central Cass Squirrels now lead it 8-0. So Nelson comes in to score. And we'll see Christensen to second base. And now it's to Brody Cagley with a couple of extra base hits so far today. He's 2 for 3 with a run driven in, a run scored as well. As Cagley takes a strike, it's 0-1. If Cagley can put something into the gap here, Central Cass will try to get that 9th and possibly 10th run across here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Newstill works ahead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, that's a ball. A good bender to it now. 1 ball and 1 strike. A single by Kozowski. You got Lewis to get a single as well. 2 runs across so far. The 1-1 pitch. Cagley takes inside for a ball now. 2-1. Second time through here as well that they've seen Hansen for the Squirrels. Once we get 1 or 2 batters making our way through in the lineup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Cagley hits one, a towering pop-up. Newstill into short left center field, and he'll make the catch. That'll retire the side, but for Central Cass, they leave 2 runners on. There was 1 error. Able to get 3 hits in the inning and plate 2 runs across as we played 5 today on the Big North scoreboard. But the new score, Central Cass up by 8.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Top of the 6th inning here in Castleton, making our way to the evening portion. It is nice in the month of April, though, just the amount of daylight you gain, where 7 o'clock used to be darker than a stack of black cats, as Scott Miller would say, and then all of a sudden you look outside, now it's 7. It's like, I still got some stuff to maybe get some things done around the yard or go out for a late-night walk. 1-0 pitch, and Newstill, oh, what a play by the second baseman, Cagley. He robbed Newstill of a base hit. There's the leather and a web gem by Mr. Cagley. That is our defensive play of the day for Cagley, as that was a screaming single off the bat, and then Cagley with the dive little snow cone makes the play. So he can also play the defense as well. That's going to be hit right back up the middle. Everson will come in, make the nice play across. Made that look easy. 6-3 there for Everson to Kozowski. 2 pitches, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. So the middle of the infield, Cagley and Everson showing you they can flash the leather here in the 6th. Now it goes to Braxton, Erickson, Wyckoff. 0 for 1 with a walk back in the 4th inning. As Mueller sees this one, and there's the first base hit of the day for Sargent County as Erickson Wyckoff with a 2-out single, and the Bulldogs see their first hit of the evening. Peterson at third base made a good attempt on that for Keegan, just underneath his glove and a little outstretched. And for Sargent County, we'll see a new runner coming aboard. Number 11, Skylar Peterson. So Peterson's all around will come on and play it first on the way here. As you have now Tristan Peterson at the plate. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. This one works out of the zone now, 1-0. It'll allow you to do that, especially with a catcher or a pitcher again in high school baseball. The 1-0. This will be hit to right and off the glove of Kegley. Peterson will make his way to second, and Kegley's going, he got me going left, and he got me going right in the inning. The Bulldogs, though, get their second base hit, and they'll have runners at first and second, and a 2-out rally starting to brew here in the top half of the 6th inning. Kegley probably feels like he's playing Twister, left hand on red and right hand on green here in the inning. But the Bulldogs threatening here again in the 6th. Elijah Hansen 0 for 2. First pitch, swinging, hits one in the air. That'll go to right. Thummel takes a couple of steps in to retire the Bulldogs, who were very aggressive early in the account here against Mueller. Fly out to the right fielder. So no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors with 2 runners left on base. We played 5.5 today here in Castleton. Central Cass leads it by 8.
And everything they said is what they did. When they built the plan, Wildlife wanted this, wanted that. They bent over backwards to satisfy everybody.
This kind of gave us a shot in the arm. Now we're going to build a new community center. We're allowed to give funding to a lot of our school programs.
Our kids have had all of this as their backyard, so it's a great way of life.
Teens are faced with tough decisions all the time, and parents aren't always there when it happens. But that doesn't mean they can't influence their kids to make the right choice, because making that right choice is easier when the wrong one isn't an option. When your teen faces peer pressure, what you give them access to can make all the difference. This message is brought to you by your local public health unit.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show coming up, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Take a look at the final box score. Also from there, we'll get to our Agassi Precision Egg Play the Contest. Ed and more coming up a little bit later on tonight here in Castleton. Region 1 baseball here this evening. Chase Miller with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Update for you down in Lisbon. The Kindred Vikings with a 6-0 lead, top of the 6th over the Lisbon Broncos. So Kindred looks to pick up a region victory here in Lisbon a little bit later on if they can finish that one off. Brent Dick again on the coverage down in Lisbon. Heart of the lineup for Central Cass as Hansen comes out for his 4th inning of work. Ryan Osmondstad, Peterson, and Kozowski 3, 4, and 5 against Hansen. Hansen will take a ball as it's now 1-0. Hansen's done a good job in relief so far for the Bulldogs. What he's been able to do a couple times through the lineup here, trying to minimize any more damage across and try to get to that top of the 7th inning from a Sargent County perspective. Squirrels looking to see if they can get a runner or two across the board and try to put 2-3 runs over in the 6th and maybe not have to worry about the 7th. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 3-0. Ryan's been aboard 2 times so far here this evening, once on an error and once on a triple. Able to get 2 runs across as well for the number 3 batter. So if he's got the green light on 3-0, Hansen will work a 4-pitch walk, and the Squirrels get their leadoff runner aboard here in the 6th inning. See if we get a new pitcher coming in, and I think we will. We'll get a new pitcher coming into the contest as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it will be the second baseman, Jace Fearty, come on and pitch for Sargent County. We'll take a break. We'll continue with more, let you know the defensive changes when we return.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more.
Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Hansen, 3 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 runs. He's on the hook for the runner with Ryan Osmondstad. 2 walks and a strikeout as Jace Fury will come up to the mound now for the Bulldogs. Hansen retreats back to first where he started the game, and Cole Fury will go from first to now second base here for Sargent County. First pitch, swing on and miss for Keegan Peterson. It's 0-1. Jace Fury making his commitment to Valley City State University for collegiate golf coming up here. So he'll be making his way to VCSU. He'll be our senior spotlight tomorrow night on the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, talking about his commitment, being a dual sport athlete, that and more. I'll be asking him what is his favorite club when it comes to golfing. Always interesting. If you like the short game, maybe you like to bring out the driver, putter. Here's the 0-2 offering on the way to Keegan Peterson. He's reached base twice. Peterson, look out. This one, a little chin music. It's 1-2. As Peterson with a walk in the first. Single with a run scored and a run driven in the third. And then he grounded out his last time up in the 4th inning. Keegan takes a quick time. Runner at first base again is Ryan Osmondstad. So Fury looking for 3 outs here to get the Bulldogs to the top of the 7th. 1-2. This would be foul back to the netting. So we saw Harry New still the righty, the southpaw Hansen, and now Jace Fury back to a righty here for Coach Randy Searstead. As Jace from the stretch. 1-2 pitch out of the zone, and it's now 2-2. Couple more shows for the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show that'll run through the month of April at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights, 2-2. This one will be hit up the first base side. That'll go foul. Also hear from Brad Brittner from the Lisbon Broncos. From there, we'll have a chance to talk with Sam Brandt from the Kindred Richland softball team. That and more to come, alongside with our senior spotlight with Jace Fury. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way to Keegan Peterson. As Jace Fury will just hold the baseball in his glove at that point, fake the throw across. As Ryan Osmondstad get a little bit more of a healthier lead at first as the at-bat has moved along. Here's the 2-2. Not going through was Keegan Peterson. Now it's 3-2. Good job to lay off that pitch on the breaking ball that was catching the plate, then at the end just kind of tails away and out of the zone. See if Ryan's off and running on the 3-2 from Coach Maggio. If he stays put, he'll be off and running. 3-2 pitch out of the zone, and Fury with a walk. Runners at first and second for Central Cass. Garver Kozowski's had himself a nice game. He's been at the plate 3 times, 2 singles with 2 runs scored, a run driven in, and also a walk as well in the 3rd inning. Runner at second base, Ryan Osmondstad. Peterson stands at first here for the Squirrels. And Fury with the righty-righty matchup now against Kozowski. Fury sees this one at the hands out of the zone. It's 1-0. for our schedule coming up for the rest of the spring. You can go to our website, yourliveevent.com. Click subscribe on our YouTube channel. Give us a like as well if you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. On our game link, here's the 1-0. That'll be called a strike now, 1-1. A lot of stuff is packed into a short amount of time in the spring and April and May. Not even from the sports world, just with prom, graduation, everything else that finishes off for your high school portion of your schedule. As this one gets away, runners will move up 90 feet. Now it's second and third. 2 balls and a strike to Kozowski, and if he can put something back up the middle here, 1 run, possibly 2 runs to try to finish things off here for Central Cass. As the infield will come in to try to take the run at home away. Peterson playing Kozowski to shade a little bit in the left center. 2-1 pitch, call the strike, it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on the way here to the sophomore first baseman and batter number 5 in the lineup here this evening. 2-2 pitch, popped him up, but this one will go towards the backstop and we'll keep it at 2-2. Central Cass, little small ball so far here in the inning. A pair of walks, a pass ball to allow runners to move up 90 feet. 2-2 offering. Fouled again by Kozowski, and we'll see pitch number 7 of the at-bat here for Central Cass. On deck batter Grayson Lewis here for the Squirrels. He's put the ball in play a couple times so far here this evening. 2-2 one more time. This one will one-hop Erickson Wyckoff, and will make the count full now 3-2. So you saw a 4-pitch walk by Ryan Osman, started by Hansen. A full count to Peterson, and now a full count here to Kozowski. So the Squirrels making the Bulldog pitchers work here in inning number 6. Here's the 3-2. Fouled up the first base side, and we'll do it yet again. Twins baseball just about to get underway against the Boston Red Sox tonight. Who'd have thunk the Twins would be 10-7 midway through the month of April? Having one of the better records in the American League early on in the season. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air, that'll go to right center field. Olsen will come in, he'll make the catch in short right center. The lead runner's going to tag. They'll throw a Cole Fury. The throw home not going to be in time, which will allow the trailing runner in Peterson to scamper up to third base. So Ryan Osmanstad gets his 3rd run of the game. Carver Kozowski with the sacrifice fly drives in his 2nd run of the evening, and Central Cass has a 9-0 advantage with Grayson Lewis at the plate. Infield in again as Lewis looking for his 4th run driven in of the evening. 2 for 3. Lewis will take one right on the hip. He'll take first base. So Fury will give up a free pass. As Bryce Mueller comes up, we'll get the courtesy runner with Nelson yet again. So Grayson Lewis reaches base 3 times here today. Bryce Mueller 0 for 3, looking for his first base knock. Squirrels have done this all in the inning without a hit so far, as this one will be out of the zone for a ball. 2 walks, sacrifice fly, hit by pitch. It's a 1-0 count here to the junior pitcher in Bryce Mueller. And Thumb will do up next. Fury has one bag to work with that's unoccupied here. If he does walk Mueller, it's now 2-0. Bryce Mueller been awfully good on the mound here today. 6 innings of work, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. 2-0. That'll be hitting the air down the right field line. Slicing foul. It's now 2-1, and that's also one of those where the gamesmanship, if you will, right? If you're Olsen and Wright, do you make the catch if you can get there in foul territory, because it could be a sacrifice fly that would end the game, or do you say, you know what, let's let this one bounce on the turf and let Fury try to continue to battle here on the mound as the sun makes its way through here. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Mueller. Fouled again. It'll be 2-2. Region 1 baseball here tonight. Sargent County, Central Cass. Squirrels back in action on Friday in Oaks. Sargent County will have the rest of the week before their next Region 1 contest at Northern Cass a week from tonight. Here's the 2-2. Fury comes off the mound. They'll look back the runner, but going immediately on the 2-2 on the way there was Nelson. So Fury just was looking, and by the time the middle infielders kind of realized what happened, Nelson was easily into second base, and with one down, sometimes you're wondering if you can maybe get a pitcher to have a balk, bring in that 10th run of the contest. Here's the 2-2 regardless to Mueller. Mueller hits one in the air. That'll go to left. Ferderer comes in. He'll see this one hop him, and coming in to score from third base here on the way will be Keegan Peterson, and that'll do it here today in Castleton. Bryce Mueller with the RBI base knock. That'll finish off this contest in 6 by a final of 10-0. Your final here in this one in a game that goes 1 hour and 39 minutes. We'll hear from, coming up a little bit later on, Brody Cagley. Brody Cagley for our postgame conversation. The winning pitcher will be Bryce Mueller. 6 innings of work, 2 hits. Again, 3 that he gave up, 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch, 7 strikeouts. The losing pitcher of record, Harry Newstill, 2 innings of work, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Your final, Central Cass 10, Sargent County scoreless. Back with more after this.
What was that? Is that Top Insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center. Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Your final on the Big North scoreboard, Central Cass 10, Sargent County scoreless. The Squirrels 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 9 runners left on base. While for Sargent County, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 6 runners left on base here in this one. A couple of players that stood out from both teams when it comes to Central Cass offensively at the plate. Brody Cagley had a couple of extra base hits to open things up. He had 2 hits, a run driven in with a run scored. Also, Ryan Osmondstad was able to get 3 runs across. A couple of runs driven in by Carver Kozowski. He had 2 as Kozowski went 2 for 2 at the plate with 2 runs driven in and 2 runs scored. And Grayson Lewis had 3 runs driven in as well, as he would go 2 for 3 at the plate here offensively for Central Cass. For Sargent County, their first base hit came in the 6th inning by Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. He would go 0 for 1 of 2 at the plate with a walk, and then Tristan Peterson with the second single as well here for Sargent County. Bulldogs dropped to 0-2 on the season, 0-2 in the region, while for the Central Cass Squirrels, they improved to 10-0 on this, they improved to 4-0 on this season, 4-0 on the region with a 10-0 win here tonight over the Sargent County Bulldogs. Next up here for Central Cass, they'll be going up against Oaks in Oaks on Friday, and then from that standpoint, they will also have their next home game against the Enderlin Eagles. That game is scheduled for a week from tonight, while for the Sargent County Bulldogs, their next game will be a week from tonight up at Northern Cass against the Jigs. Again, that's your final here today. Winning pitcher of record, Bryce Mueller, didn't give up a hit until the 6th inning. On the opposite side for the Central Cass Squirrels, a couple nice plays by Brody Cagley in the field and at the plate. We'll talk with both of them coming up next here on your LiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
The world of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
As we come back on the postgame show, join us, Brody Kegley here from the Central Cass Squirrels, as they're able to pick up another win early on in the season. Brody, first things first, you got things rolling with 2 runs in the first inning. Obviously, that double, that first run of the game, you came in to score. Just kind of what did you see from your team early to get to Newstall and get to Hanson, in that 3rd inning?
Yeah, our team has been really hot recently. We had like 17 hits today, or yesterday, like 12 today. I mean, everybody's hitting 1 through 9 in the lineup, so just putting each other in good positions to win. Yeah, and another good batter, too, with Grayson Lewis, right? He had that ringing double in the 3rd that really kind of opened up the game from you. When you can get someone like, Grayson getting on board a couple of times, what does that just do for the team? I mean, that's awesome. He's our 6th hitter, and he's been so hot this year. He takes a ton of hit by pitches, so just getting on base and doing what he can do for the team. Bryce Mueller, again, had a no-hitter until that 6th inning there, but what'd you see from him? 6 innings of work, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts today. What just kind of worked from him on the bump? Yeah, he's a stud. He pitched so good today. I mean, let them hit the ball, hit them to us, and then strike out when they need to. In the 6th inning, Harry Newstall come up, first pitch, right, hits a scorcher right to it. It seemed like it was tailing away. You make the diving play. Just kind of take us through where you were at second base, and did you think you had it once the ball was coming towards you? No, I did not think I had the ball. I didn't even think I had it after I dove, but I looked at my glove and it was there, so happy to help Bryce out. As you move forward here, we'll see what Mother Nature has in store for the rest of the week, obviously on Friday, Brody, but what's one thing you like best about this team early on this season that you hope to keep carrying over a month from now once you get to Oaks in that Region 1 baseball tournament? Yeah, I just love how our whole team's a family. I mean, we all support each other. We, pick each other up when we do good, pick each other up when we do bad. So it's just a family here. Hey, Brody, congratulations on the win. We'll let you celebrate. Best of luck moving forward. Yeah, thank you. Brody Kegley with us here for Central Cass. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll hear from his teammate. That's Mr. Mueller when we come up around the corner.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgroPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
As we come back on the post-game show, going from Mr. Brody Kegley to Bryce Mueller again, 6 innings of work, didn't give up a hit until the 6th inning here as Central Cass picks up the win in 6 innings, 10-0. Bryce, let's just talk about you first on the mound. Just what was really working for you right off the bat here, kind of getting in rhythm early on this contest.
I was just pounding the zone, letting them hit the ball and just trusting my infielders because I know how great they are and what they can do for me.
You got through this one, especially with that breaking ball. Just, early on in a game, do you kind of have a feeling that, okay, this pitch can get across the zone and get some strikes, or what kind of goes through your mind early on in the game?
Yep, totally. I work through all my pitches, see which one's working that day. If it's not working, I don't throw it as much. Maybe leave it as a surprise once in a while. But if I get those 2 pitches, I really get them going and let them hit the ball and trust my infielders again because they're amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about Brody when he made that diving play to open up the 6th inning. What's kind of going through your mind there?
Well, I had my no-hitter all in my mind, and one of my teammates actually brought it up. But no, I was trusting him, and he made that play, and I was ecstatic. And it got ruined later, but it was great. Seeing him make that play.
Able to see a couple of your teammates really come up here at the plate as well. Carver Kozowski got a good base knock there in the first inning to make it 2-0. Got a sacrifice fly a little bit later on the Sixers. What did you kind of see from Carver's performance at the plate?
Carver, he's a sophomore. He's young. He's got so much room to improve, and he'll be great. He'll be great. He's one of our better hitters on our team. He's consistently there, and he's just racking the doubles in.
For you, Bryce, what's one thing you like about this team early on? Obviously, Mother Nature sometimes wins where you can't get outside and play, whether it's practice or games. But what do you like about your team 4 games in so far this season?
Same thing as Brody. We're a family. You know, someone strikes out, someone hits a pop fly. We're always there to pick each other up, and it's just great. You get hit in your head on the head, but those guys down there just clear your mind.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Best of luck moving forward.
Yep, thank you.
Bryce Mueller again with us here for Central Cast, the winning pitcher with 6 innings of really good baseball. We'll take a break, put a bow on this one next here in Castleton.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
It's now time to get to our Enbridge Energy players of the game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That is Enbridge.com. You heard from both of them. Nice 1-2 combination one more time of what Brody Kegley did with a couple of extra base hits, a run driven in, a run scored also defensively, taking away a hit by Harry Newstall in the 6th inning. And then from Bryce Mueller, a run driven in, the final run of the game to make it 10-0 and 6 innings of work of 2-hit baseball as well. Those 2 players are our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Our Agassi Precision Egg Play of the contest, he had 2 of them. A really good defensive play by Kegley again the 6th inning, but also you had a really nice defensive play out in center field by Peterson, which took a Bryce Mueller extra base hit away in the 3rd. Those 2 web gems are our plays of the game, brought to you in part by Agassi, your local precision planting dealer for farm equipment or on the road. Get in touch with Agassi Precision Egg and go to planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. So again, final line score: Central Cast 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 9 runners left on base. Bulldogs no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 6 runners left. Bulldogs dropped to 0-2 on the season, 0-2 in the region. Central Cast now improves to 4-0 on this season and 4-0 in Region 1 play. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast, and join us for more high school sports on yourliveevent.com. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.